Hi guys, today we are talking about stereotypes. So today we're gonna compare Polish girls to Asians because I'm Polish girl and he's an Asian. Hi Darnie.
Hi, I'm Asian.
Yes. So the first stereotype that I've prepared is Asians are super polite and never argue. Is this true?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Like they argue among the, like the ones they know, the friends. But generally, they don't, like, it depends on which country, right? Like for Japan and Korea, they don't really like argue in your face to like as if you are a stranger. But if you are friends, like, normal friends, of course everybody's open and they just like talk openly. It's the same, like, I'm sure it's the same everywhere.
Asia is giving a vibe that nobody arguing there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because it feels like in Western countries we are like, we voice out more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because in Western countries they have like they're more outspoken.
Yeah.
But in Asia they're more like keeping inside themselves. They're more like mindful. They don't want to like cause a scene. So they always
because
like,
they care what people will think about them.
I'm not sure about that, but I think what they care is more about like they don't want to cause a scene. And even if they want to be nice as well, considerate, but when somebody is like sarcastically offending you in the public, like for example some service person saying like, okay, the restaurant is closed, but you have to leave now. They cannot. They don't say like leave now, right? They will say like, oh, the restaurant is closing now. So please, take your time. Take your time. Like, when they say take your time means like
you have to go.
You have to go faster.
Or they just turn off the music.
So they have like different ways of saying. They don't want to be rude, so they be mindful, but still like people in Asia, they understand the hidden meaning, the second meaning. Yeah. So usually that's how it goes.
But for like Western people, like if I was not in Asia for so long, I would think that they are fine. It's giving a vibe that we can just stay longer. That is totally okay for them because they're giving the vibe that is totally okay. So but then that means very often they are like fake, right? Because they are like angry or frustrated, but they will.
Yeah, they won't
still
say
nice
it.
To you.
They only say it with their friends, But like because you are a stranger, right? Either that or also because like age is very important. Like there are different level of ages. So for them, like this hierarchy thing of age is very prevalent in certain parts of Asia, like in China, Korea, and Japan. So in Japan or Korea, for example, if you are older or the eldest, you have you get the most respect. So the younger people cannot say anything like on the same level, like,
and they'll not even try, right?
They cannot say, hey yo man, like to the older person. They have to have a certain set of like way to say and address the older people, which is kind of bad because some people like me, when I'm there and I'm older than some people there,
yeah, you can say from your own experience.
I cannot be on the same level and talk to them like
you don't feel that you are like a friend.
I always feel like I'm like the uncle, and they always have to like treat me like one, and I know like it's inbuilt in them, like they have to do that. They are not used to even like trying to bring me to the same level because it's so weird for them. So
but actually you saw it. I remember that one time was like you were talking like bros, and then because they didn't know your age, right? And then once they know your age, they totally change, right?
Yeah,
they switch.
I shouldn't have told my real age.
Yeah, because from that time they are not like real friends anymore, right?
Yeah, they feel it in the back of their heads like, oh shit, I don't know how to act now.
Yeah,
kind of shitty. But anyway, I mean, like that's why you can say they're super polite. It's part of their culture. Yeah. But like when it comes to like like close friends, they are like just like normal. Yeah.
Okay. The next one is all Asians are math geniuses.
I think this applies more to like the Chinese people from China, because their education, I mean, generally, their education from young about math, especially for math, is like super high level.
Why especially for math?
I don't know. They have like the history of like mathematics long time ago. Like they invented the abacus, like everything, like every calculating system.
So it's like a pride.
Like it's like it's really like from ages. They're like super good at this. So they take pride in that.
But how they do it? Like what's the system?
I don't know. They have their own system and it's crazy. So every time when they move to another country, like study abroad, they become like genius. easy.
Because
like
nobody had this kind of level.
Yeah, the world is easy for them, like, you know.
So that means in, for example, China, they start from already very difficult topics, right?
Yeah, my friend, that was many years ago when I was 15 years old, and I have like a Chinese classmate, like he's from China, and he was very shitty at English. Was F, but when he graduated from the middle school, his English was like B, because they study really hard, they work very hard. But his math math was A1 from the start. His math was like the top from the start. He's like this. Hey man, these questions, what is this? It's so easy. I learned this when I was like 10 years old, 8 years old. And I'm like, all this shit.
So that means in the primary school they learn the topics that I learned in my university.
I'm not sure, you can check GPT or something, but I'm quite confident and quite sure that their math started way more advanced than all of ours. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, the next one. Every Asian knows martial arts. Is this true?
I mean, we watched the Jackie Chan when we were very young. You know, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, so we were exposed to martial arts at a very young age.
Have you ever tried?
Not really. But
oh really?
Yeah.
I thought you like all young kids always starting from like Kung Fu or something. No?
But a lot of like no, because these kids they love martial arts because it looks very cool.
Yeah.
In the theaters, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like right now in Europe or in the West, like all over the place, they love more like martial arts now because of the MMA and stuff. This is transformed. I
think it's been for very long already in Europe that kids always go and learn it.
Yeah, I think that's how, like, the exposure of the martial arts.
Yeah, but that means not every Asian knows that. It's just every Asian watched it in TV.
Yeah, but they don't know, like, it's not inbuilt in them. But I can say, like, because Asians are smaller in size, so like the center of gravity is tighter, it's more controlled, you know. So that's why you see like people in gymnastics, they're mostly like gold. It's always like China or Russia.
Yeah.
Like always the smaller ones.
Yes.
Because they're very good martial artists. Very good martial artists usually have smaller build.
Yes.
Because they move, they have fuller control of their movements.
Yeah.
And the center of gravity, so like they are basically more agile, which is very good.
So the last one for Asians would be Asians eat only rice. Is this true?
Yeah. No, it's not true. Asians also eat noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But will you be able to stop eating rice?
I mean, because rice is carbs, so I can stop eating rice for a while.
But
because
you feel something is missing, is it?
No.
No, but could you replace rice for some other carbs?
I mean, I don't represent all Asians, but like the stereotype of Asians, yeah. If you say I cancel the rice in your whole life, a lot of them will like be affected, you know. They will not agree to that because rice is a part of the. It's like in Europe the.
I know
the
potatoes. It's so hard without potato. Yeah, potato and bread.
So it's basically that, but like for me, because I take care of more of like what I eat. I'm sure in a lot of people in this generation and the Gen Zs, they are always thinking about what's healthy for them, what's healthier in the food.
I think it depends on the country also. Yeah, because they eat a lot of sweets now.
Okay.
Because the choice is like crazy. So I'm not sure if they really
maybe when
care.
they get older, or like maybe people around like older age, like they start to think of.
Yes, I think that's the moment, like us now. Yeah, but when you were living in Poland, were you eating rice in there? Like, what was the taste of the rice in there? Because in my opinion, it's totally different than in Asia.
I think the rice there is it sounds.
It sounds.
The rice there's.
Wow, you can hear the sound.
I can hear. The rice tastes a bit plasticky because they cook it in a plastic bag, like with holes inside, so they will just like.
I don't know if in your country you also cook like that, but.
You just put it in the boiling water and then it starts to boil and then you're ready to eat.
Yeah, but you have to take it out from the plastic bag.
Yeah, and you never know, like this, all this microplastics already attached to the rice, and then you're like, okay, let's dig in.
Yeah.
So it tastes really plasticky, you know.
Yeah, but also the rice in Asia is like more like sticky, you know.
Yeah.
It is like also more convenient to eat, and also more we eat it with fork.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You forgot about that, right?
In the West, like when I first moved there, I realized like all of the Europeans are eating with rice with forks. I'm like, what the hell is this?
And the rice in there is not even sticky.
Yeah.
That means even
so you eat the rice with the fork, and then you only pick up like 5 rice because all the other rice just like falls down in between the gaps. So it's like super not practical. And they have spoon, but they don't use the spoon
soup because that's the rule. I mean, that's a hidden rule.
Yeah, but not practical and logical.
So. No, No, but for us it's like very logical because fork is for the main dish and spoon is for liquid, you know, for soups, like it's anything
but
that
physically,
is liquid.
the spoon scoops rice more.
Yeah.
So this one, like I was always telling people, and they always like, no, fork is good. Like
yeah, I also learned it from you that it's now I see that it's more logical, but in the
finally,
past,
so many years.
No, it's not just now. I've been eating like that for years already. But I remember when you told me first time, like, why you eat like that? I'm like, what's the problem? It's like, you know, because potato, you also eat potato with fork, right? So it's like very logical because potato is like rice. Today is rice, tomorrow is potato, and we eat it the same way. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this raw rice is finished. So what you were eating in Poland, like where you eat more potatoes or you still stick with rice?
So I eat more pasta, like spaghetti linguine. You know, when I was living alone, I was cooking this pasta stuff. It was easier and I think it was healthier.
Okay, now let's talk about Polish girls. So Polish girls are cold and distant. Is this true in your opinion?
Polish girls are... No, I don't think they are cold and distant. They just have a lot of things going in their mind.
So they are just giving the impression that they are cold.
Yeah.
No, you know the memes about Slavic people, right?
Yeah.
That they like, there's something exciting there. Like,
yeah, because there's so many things going in their head that outside they don't even know how to express what they are thinking. So that's why they have this like straight face, because they don't know what to express, but in their head it's like going
sense.
So many things like, oh my god, it's so good, it's so exciting.
No, but is it like only about Polish girls that like, because there is really this stereotype about Slavic girls that we have like no expression, but so what, only Slavic people have many things in mind so they don't know how to express?
No, it's usually just girls.
But all the girls? No, I don't think so.
I mean, generally speaking, right?
I don't know, if you go to America, like you see someone and it's already, hi, how are you?
Oh yeah, no, because there's like protocol.
Yeah, but for me, it would be like, I see some stranger, I'm like this. Like avoiding eye contact.
In your head, there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like for guys, I don't know. It's just a
no,
general
but then why
thing.
American girls don't have it? I mean, I don't say that all American girls are like approaching you already, but I've never been in America, so I don't know. But all this
because of the okay, so there's one thing that can help to ease this socially. It's like their upbringing. You know, when they're trained to do something for a very long time, it becomes second nature. So when this is second nature, they are like they don't even have to think about doing that. They just do it. They react this way. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm talking to you something, but like it's a natural
like muscle
process.
memory.
Yes, muscle memory. And like but for girls that they analyze more than there's like a lot of things going on. You know, it's just proven scientifically that girls analyze and they have more things to think.
Yeah.
Than the guys are generally more
just
like
one topic.
focused, you know.
Yeah.
And at one thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is just talking about stereotype, right? Like it can be a lot of exceptions.
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
So this is just a stereotype thing. Yeah, I mean, like Polish girls, they seem cold, but when you talk to them, they are very, actually friendly. You know. You especially like for me, if I speak Polish to them, then they open up. You've seen this TikToker guy. He speaks like different languages in the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning, his streets interview, right? Like
yes.
everyone's very cold at him.
Yes.
Everyone is very cold. Like for example, like even guys, girls, not even Polish, like from different countries, right?
But that's because of the language barrier also. But once he say the language of the
and once he starts to say the language of the native language of the interviewee, then they open up immediately.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but then this is like icebreaker. But in like because you could break it like by saying something in Polish in Poland. But if someone like don't speak Polish, then it's even worse. If it's not like if someone is approaching in English.
Then it's like I think this is like
no, but naturally we are only like that outside, right? Like usually we are like what, emotional or not, or we are also very cold.
Very, very emotional.
You're just repeating what I said.
Very emotional.
Like, what do you mean? So it's like opposite what you see, right?
Yeah.
So that means we are giving wrong impression.
Yeah, but it's fine. Just talk.
No, but I feel I'm like that because it's like a protective, like, you know, it's like a, how to say,
defense mechanism.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's a defense mechanism.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think we are like, I feel like girls in Poland, we are always in this defense mechanism, you know?
Maybe also because of the upbringing, the culture, because like in the environment, you know, when you are not like you know in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like guys will go up to girls like oh nice ass.
Oh yeah.
Looking good. Well, you
I mean, I think it's still
so
some
so basically,
still,
like the girl will always have this defense mechanism to prevent to have a welcoming.
We want to be invisible for them instead of saying hi, how are you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so maybe we just found the reason why, I feel.
It's one of the reasons, but then
of course one of the reasons.
Then again, human is so like unpredictable, and you know, it's very so many exceptions.
Yeah.
So we cannot like really say what's what, but generally, like only like in the broader superficial surface, we can say that they are, you know, on the outlook they are colder. They seem colder, maybe seem like unattainable, you know, because generally like the Polish girls, they look like very attractive, but you're the most attractive one, so the Polish girls are the like generally attractive, so like they're very cold, like they seem cold and unattainable, but actually when you talk to them, they're like any other people. So
we look cold, but are we still warm? Like warm people?
Yeah, we're very hospitable. Yes.
What do you mean hospitable?
Hospitable, like when you, for example, when you're in the country, they if they like you, they will show you around, you know. They're very warm, they're helpful. Yeah. Okay,
that makes sense. Okay, Polish girls complain all the time. Is this true?
Actually, everyone in the world complain all the time. Most of the people complaining.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing to complain, to release your
stress. Do you feel girls are complaining more than guys, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. I know some guys complaining more than girls. So this doesn't only you know, it's only specific to Polish girls. It's like all around the world.
No, but actually I think I do complain a lot. Like I complain that I'm cold all the time.
Oh yeah.
So there are some things that I think
but girls are generally feeling colder than guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. That's why I think like the holding hands was invented.
Oh yeah, it would make sense. Yeah, my hands are also just now it's warm, but usually it's very cold. Yeah.
So like, you know, the guy will hold the girl's hand to keep her warm.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's
why.
Also hug. Yes. So I think that's why.
Yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. Polish girls are beautiful and well groomed. Is this true?
Yeah, I think it depends on like where they're at. Like if they're from the village, right? They live in the village. Like most probably like they are naturally beautiful. But in the city, like the bigger cities, they are more well groomed in terms of like, you know, the better makeup, like style, like, you know, like the outfit and then the hair, everything. Yeah. But generally, most of all beautiful, yeah. Yeah, the most beautiful. That's what I said before already. That's what I said before. I already laid that premise.
Defense system before. Okay. Okay, and let's go to the last one. Polish girls are very direct. Is this true?
Yeah, actually, like when I was there in Poland, I was like thinking like generally just like Polish or Slavic people, they're just very like more direct, more straightforward. So
you have comparison with Asia, right?
Yeah.
So how is this in Asia that you can see? Because, you know, for me, people who are very straight, very direct, for me it's very normal.
Like in Asia, they're as I said before in the earlier, like they're very mindful, they're very considerate, so they're not like, they don't tend to be direct. They're only direct like within their own clique. You know, or group of people, like the friends.
Yeah. So this is the same. Yeah.
But Polish girls in general, sometimes they're not really direct. You know, if they don't, if they like some guy or unsure about the guy, it's like totally not direct.
They're giving
wrong signals here and there.
Yeah. No, but in general, in the relation, like in Poland, people are very direct, right?
Yeah. Generally, in Poland, people are very direct. If they like something, they like it. Don't like it, they don't like it. They don't like really like waste your time unless
to fake,
unless it's the kind of girls that they like, you know, generally don't
pretend.
Know. They don't know what they want, then they cannot give you an answer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but so is there like a big conflict if, for example, me as a Slavic girl, Polish girl who is very like quite direct to people, like is this a big conflict if I will be very direct in Asia, if I say my honest opinions and stuff, like?
Yeah, I think traditionally, like when you are talking to like maybe the people of like the older generation to the people of the older generation, they would feel a bit of like, you know, like
they rather don't hear it.
Huh?
They rather don't hear the truth.
I mean, you should put it in a way that it's more indirect. Yeah. But still the you know, the message is there, but you need
it has
to go
to be in
there,
the
like,
proper package.
Yes, like in a very like polite way, you know.
So you know how it is with us. I usually like hide behind Darnie's back. Like I'm always very shy because I'm introvert. So very often I want to voice out, but I'm just like, you know, blocking myself, keeping it inside. But then I say to Darnie, and then Darnie has to filter it and say the message, right?
Yeah. So I always have to filter, and this is a new skill that I learned.
Yeah. Is this new skill? I think you always had it.
No, this is called like the middleman. I'm like filter.
Yeah.
I think that's all, guys.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more videos of us both talking about some topics, or maybe do some challenges or anything.
And don't forget to just subscribe and yeah, just enjoy the company.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you in the next one. Bye bye.